Hi and welcome, Kat from Sacred Soul Rising. So, I've had a beautiful question of how do you set boundaries on a twin flame journey? This lady was asking me and saying that my divine counterpart is in another relationship, is already married. How do I cope in that scenario? What do I do when my divine counterpart is coming forward? Well, what you do is you put your hand on your heart chakra and you say to yourself, is this sacred to me? Is this sovereign? Does this feel sovereign and divine? And I can guarantee that the answer back will be no. Twins are not a relationship that fits a normal template. And that also means twins do not have affairs. They cannot hold the frequency. This is a sacred energy. While, yes, you may try and treat it as a normal template of a relationship or an affair or whatever else you would like to label it as, that energy and that frequency, because it is sacred and it is the energy and frequency of one soul, it will never ever hold. So you as the feminine need to put your hand on your heart chakra and go, what is sacred to me? Does this feel sacred? Does this feel aligned with my soul? And like I say, I can guarantee the answer back will be no. And I know that that energy is strong towards the masculine frequency and the masculine energy. But while ever the masculine is trying to lead a double life, the energy and frequency will loop and you as the feminine will stay in pain. So what can you do? Well, you can pull your energy back, stay in your own frequency, stay in your own lane. Speak your truth, speak your authentic truth and say that this is not sacred to me. This is not sovereign to me. And in doing that, you rise in your energy and frequency. And like I always say, sooner or later, the masculine will have to confront what they are running from. Often people will say, well, the masculine has said that they're just staying in an comfortable. Well, that is for them to take the action. That is not for you to be in waiting energy. That is not for you to put your life on hold. You as the feminine energy is the creative force. So you have to pull your energy back. You have to go, right, okay, I am aligning with each one of my life force portals, i.e. your chakra system. What is my safety security? How am I creating that? What is my purpose? How am I being that? How am I moving through those beautiful emotions that are activated in the solar plexus? How am I constantly coming back to my sacred heart? How am I speaking and sharing my truth and my wisdom? How am I working my gifts, sharing my gifts out into the world? Because remember, the feminine is activated with that light frequency, with that light coding, and it is up to you to share them out. And as it moves into that crown chakra, well, that is your connection to divine. That is your connection to consciousness, to your God essence. And in that frequency, you rise into that beautiful God and Goddess. And that is what the journey is. For you to rise, for you to hold your frequency. And the masculine, well, the masculine will rise. But it is not for you to hold their hand. It is not for you to keep them living that double life, that energy, that frequency. And if it takes time, then you allow them. You allow them the time because sometimes they've still got soul contracts there. There's still lessons for them to learn. And you as the feminine, you have to align with your own frequency, with your own soul growth. And yes, you are the same soul. And the soul is always evolving and growing. This here is Soul School. But you want to put a time on it. You want to speed it up. This journey is for the feminine to come and rise into their own frequency. I send you much love. Many blessings.